Hi, everybody. It's Marielle, host of The.Kindred System. I want to take the time to thank everybody who has subscribed to this channel, who have just been so welcoming and so receptive to just my system and I sharing our story. So, thank you again for that. I really felt compelled to kind of give a rough update about what's kind of been going on this way. So, as I've shared in past videos, it's very unheard of for someone to know they have DID until later on. So I'd say this makes me basically the newbie, the constant learner about DID. And my system knows way more than I do on so many things. And it's been super, super amazing to kind of draw me in now and wake me up from basically this 3 decades long coma that I've been in, about what it really means to be part of a system family. So I guess today what I'm really feeling is I'm feeling some bittersweet emotions. I'm feeling some sense of grieving over some ideals that I had, such as something called final fusion. Final fusion is basically when you bring and the parts of a DID system and you make them all cohesive or into one individual instead of distinct members or parts. I came into this again like a year ago. Did I even receive the diagnosis of DID? It was a shock to me, like I shared before. In my last video, I mentioned that it took time because I was super phobic at first about it. And then I, at times, started to be filled with a sense of wonder and amazement and gratitude. And then, as any normal person would do when you have a bad day, and there needs to be some clarity or order or cooperation or things like that going on, there were times that I would get hit with the realization that I am a part of a system, and I would feel really overwhelmed. I'd feel sometimes resentful, and I would just go back to being really clinical and detached about it, to the point that at times I would just be like, okay, this is what it says in the diagnostic manual for mental health, and I started to become more detached from it in that way and tried to cope. Thought I was coping better by doing that, but it ended up backfiring because I started to have more of these switch headaches, like horrible headaches, basically because there's like a power struggle in the system of real individuals, members of this family who have long been at the helm of this ship, who have faithfully and loyally steered this ship. They're this body, my life, our lives, to continuous places of safety, comfort, friendship, relationships with people. And I just had no idea just how vast it really was. And I'm still learning. And so just going back a little bit, how I stated, I'm kind of going through this grieving process of accepting final fusion is just not, it's really not part of the story. I don't see it ever being. And how do I know this? Because when I basically attempted it, and basically, I will admit, when I was taking that more clinical view, I stopped seeing these members of my inner family like actual individuals and more like mechanical parts, and was like, okay, you're gonna integrate, and that didn't happen. I hadn't realized that I had to come from a place of humility and come from a place of asking, is this what you want? I'm reaching that place now, and I'm coming to a place of acceptance that I am different than other people. I'm the host of a system, but I'm not the only individual that matters. That the members of my inner family and any system of DID are the distinct individual with their own purposes, their own perceptions, oftentimes even their own handwriting. Their bonds with people can be different. Their music, their tastes, everything. And I'm only now being given the opportunity, and some of this is because of my own newbiness and ignorance and inexperience, but I'm being given the opportunity to actually sit down and not just hear about the stories about them taking so many of these war wounds in my place, but to actually get to know them as individuals, hearing what really matters. Why do I keep hearing that song on the radio a million times? And solving so many things that have been mysteries in my life, and kind of becoming more of a team. So this is what it is. I am plural. I am part of a system, and I'm happy to be home. I love you guys. Bye.